You ever hit that point in your training where you're doing everything right, showing up, lifting heavy, breaking a sweat, and still nothing? Your shirt's drenched, your muscles are screaming, but the mirror? Quiet. No changes, no payoff. That's the kind of frustration that makes people quit. Not because they're lazy, but because they're stuck. And I've lived that. Back when I thought volume was everything. Back when I was chasing soreness, like it was a badge of honor. But here's the truth no one wants to admit. It's not always about pushing harder. It's about pushing smarter. Because if your workouts aren't efficient, if they're not hitting multiple systems at once, you're wasting time. Period. See, the fitness world loves boxes. This is a fat-burning workout. That's a muscle-building move. But your body doesn't work in boxes. It adapts to demands. And the right kind of movement doesn't just torch calories or build size. It does both, in the same rep. Now, here's where it gets wild. The tools? Just dumbbells. No machines, no circus tricks. Just gravity, effort, and 8 rare exercises that almost nobody's using. And why? Because they're hard. They require focus, coordination, full body tension. And yeah, they bruise your ego a bit. But they also work like crazy. These aren't your basic curls and presses. These moves spike your heart rate, build real-world strength, and light up muscle groups you didn't even know were sleeping. And the best part? You'll spend less time training and get more out of every rep. So if your progress has stalled, if your workouts feel stale, or if you're just tired of doing the same stuff and hoping for different results, this is your reset button. Because what you're about to see isn't just a workout, it's a wake-up call. If this is already hitting close to home, hit that subscribe button. Because what's coming next might just change the way you train forever. 1. Farmer's carry. Strength that moves. You ever want to know how strong someone really is? Don't watch their bench press. Watch them walk with weight. That's the truth the farmer's carry exposes. It strips away the fluff and shows you exactly what your body's made of. 2 dumbbells, held at your sides, and every step becomes a battle against collapse. This isn't just about muscle. It's about control, stability, posture, and power. Real-world strength. The kind that shows up in everything you do. From the outside, it looks basic. But once you pick up those weights and start walking with intent, everything changes. Your grip starts to fail before your legs do. Your core fights to hold your spine upright. Your shoulders retract, then scream. Your breath shortens. It's like flipping a switch across your entire kinetic chain. And suddenly, your body is working harder than it ever has on a simple walk. Most people never train this because it's uncomfortable. Because there's no ego lift, no mirror feedback. But that's why it's powerful. This move trains your body to resist. Resist twisting, resist slouching, resist quitting. And that resistance, that's what builds the kind of strength that carries over to life. Whether you're carrying groceries or throwing a punch, this exercise makes you stronger from the ground up. Here's the kicker. It also torches fat. Because when you walk loaded, under tension, your body's demand for oxygen skyrockets. You're not just burning calories, you're building metabolic fire. Your heart races, your lungs pump. It's strength work that feels like cardio, without stepping on a single machine. You'll feel it in your forearms first. Then your traps start burning. Your core starts to quiver. Even your glutes and hamstrings chip in to keep you moving forward. It's a full-body assault, disguised as a stroll. And it doesn't take long. Just a few loaded carries, with purpose, and your entire system lights up. This is the kind of training most people skip. but it's also the kind that changes your body fast. Not just visually, but functionally. It builds muscle where you're weak. It teaches posture under pressure. It gives you confidence in motion. And the next movement? It takes that same principle of full body tension and adds an explosive twist from the ground up. 2. Dumbbell thruster. Power that burns. Some exercises build muscle. Others torch fat. But every now and then, you find one that does both. Violently, effectively, and fast. That's the dumbbell thruster. It's not pretty. It's not easy. But it's a full-body fat furnace disguised as a simple squat-to-press combo. And when you do it right, it leaves you questioning everything you thought you knew about training intensity. Here's how it hits. 2 dumbbells racked at your shoulders. Drop into a deep front squat. Heels down, spine tall. And then, explode. Use the power from your legs and hips to launch the dumbbells overhead in one smooth, violent motion. Sounds simple, right? But 5 reps in, your legs are shaking, your shoulders are on fire, and your heart rate is climbing like you're running uphill. Because this movement demands everything: timing, coordination, full-body synergy. That's what most people miss. They turn it into a sloppy squat with an arm press. But the magic lives in the connection. Legs into hips, hips into core, core into arms. If one part breaks, the whole thing falls apart. But when it clicks, it's like your entire body is moving as one powerful unit. And that's where the real gains happen. This isn't a lift you go heavy on from day one. This is a movement you master. Because once your technique's tight, you can push the pace. And that's when it turns into conditioning. The kind that leaves you gasping for air, drenched in sweat, and wondering how you just worked every muscle group in 60 seconds. Your glutes drive the power. Your quads push the load. Your shoulders stabilize and finish the rep. And your core? It keeps you from collapsing under the chaos. This is controlled aggression, and your metabolism responds accordingly. You'll burn more calories in 3 sets of thrusters than most people do in an hour of steady-state cardio. But more than that, this move teaches you how to transfer force from the ground to your fingertips, from effort to results. It's efficient, it's brutal, and if you only had one dumbbell move to train strength and conditioning at the same time, this would be it. And just when you think your legs can't take any more, the next movement teaches you to build explosive power from your hips. No squatting, no pressing, just pure, athletic force. 3. Dumbbell swing. Wake up your posterior chain. Most people train legs with squats, lunges, maybe leg presses, but almost no one trains their hips. And that's a big problem. Because when your hips are weak or stiff, everything else suffers. Your posture, your power, your speed, even your fat loss. That's where the dumbbell swing comes in. It's not just a movement. It's a wake-up call for the entire backside of your body. This isn't a squat. It's not a front raise. It's a ballistic hip hinge, a powerful snap from the glutes and hamstrings that sends the dumbbell flying. But the key? Your arms don't lift the weight. They guide it. All the power comes from your hips, from that loaded, stretched position behind you to a violent explosion forward. And if you've been sitting for years, at a desk, in traffic, on the couch, your glutes are probably asleep. The swing flips that switch back on. It demands activation. It forces movement. It brings life back to muscles you haven't felt in a long time. And once those muscles fire again, your whole body changes. Done right, the swing is like sprinting without the impact. You load the hips, snap them forward, and let momentum do the rest. Your spine stays neutral, your core braced, your feet grounded. And the dumbbell? It floats, not because you lifted it, but because you launched it from the center of your body. And here's the kicker. The cardio hit is no joke. You want to burn fat without running miles? Do 20 swings with perfect form. Your heart will pound. Your lungs will panic. Your metabolism will light up. It's strength and conditioning, all in one explosive arc. But don't mistake speed for quality. Most people butcher this movement. They round their backs. They squat the motion. They yank with their arms. That's not training. That's asking for an injury. You've got to own the hinge. Feel your hamstrings stretch. Drive your hips forward like a deadlift on fast forward. Once it clicks, though, you'll never skip this movement again because it feels powerful, athletic, efficient. And the benefits? Better glutes, stronger posture, more explosive movement, all while melting fat in the process. And if that wasn't enough, the next exercise shifts all that power into single-arm control, exposing every imbalance and turning weakness into symmetry. 4. Single-arm dumbbell row. Build a back that works. There's training your back. And then there's training your back like it actually matters. And the single-arm dumbbell row? That's where the difference shows. Because while machines let you cheat with momentum and barbell rows can hide imbalances, this one exposes everything. It's raw. It's real. It's you versus gravity, one side at a time. And that one-sided challenge? That's where the gold is. Because imbalances are sneaky. They build up quietly, rep after rep, until one shoulder creeps forward, your posture shifts, and suddenly your strong back doesn't feel so strong anymore. But when you row unilaterally, when one knee's on the bench, one hand supports your body, and your spine stays locked like a tabletop, every flaw gets exposed. And that's a gift. This move doesn't just work your lats. It lights up your traps, rhomboids, erectors, and core. Yes, your core. Because every rep forces your torso to resist twisting. It demands stability through your trunk, not just your upper back. You're not just pulling weight. You're building a foundation. A body that holds together under load with precision and power. The biggest mistake people make? They yank the dumbbell. They bounce it. They let their shoulder drop and rotate their spine. That's not a row. That's momentum. And it builds nothing. The right way? Control. Elbow close to your ribs. Dumbbell moving toward your hip, not your chest. Shoulder blade pulling back, then lowering with tension. When you do it like that, you feel it instantly. That tight squeeze between your shoulder blades. That steady burn in your mid-back. That sense of connection that tells you, this is what real training feels like. And over time, it pays off big. Your posture improves. Your back thickens. Your waist looks tighter. And your lifts, from deadlifts to overhead presses, all get stronger. This isn't a flashy movement. You're not going to rack up likes on social media with it. But if you want a back that's not just big, but balanced, symmetrical, and functional, this is the work that gets it done. And next up, we go from strength to tension, from rows to squats, but not the kind you're used to. This one builds total body pressure from the inside out, and it starts with your grip. 5. Crush grip goblet squat. Tension you can't cheat. Most people think they know how to squat. Drop the hips, drive through the heels, repeat. But this version, it rewrites the rules. Because the crush grip goblet squat isn't just a leg exercise, it's a full-body tension drill that teaches your muscles how to work together. And once you learn to move under pressure like this, every other lift starts to improve. Here's what makes it different. You don't just hold the dumbbell, you crush it. Like you're trying to snap it in half with your hands. And that crushing tension triggers something wild. Your forearms light up, your biceps contract, your chest activates, your shoulders lock in, and your core, it turns into steel. All that before you even begin to move. Then the squat begins. Elbows come down between the knees. Spine stays tall. Core braced like concrete. And the dumbbell, held tight in front of your chest, acts as a counterweight, allowing you to sink deeper with better form and less strain on your back. It's clean, controlled, and devastatingly effective. What you're building here isn't just muscle, it's body awareness. You're learning to create tension on purpose. You're developing the kind of control that keeps you safe under load and powerful in every rep. And because you're activating so many muscle groups at once, the metabolic demand goes through the roof. You're sweating, you're breathing hard, and yeah, you're burning fat without even moving fast. This squat punishes sloppy technique. If your core fails, you fold. If your grip slips, the whole thing falls apart. That's the beauty of it. It forces precision. It trains posture under stress. And it teaches you to own every inch of the movement. And here's the best part. It carries over. Your deadlifts feel stronger. Your presses become more stable. Your everyday movement gets easier because your body finally knows how to engage under pressure. And just when you think you've mastered control, the next movement takes that stability and puts it under fire. One arm at a time, on a bench that feels anything but steady. 6. Dumbbell bench press. Classic strength, next level results. There's a reason this move has stood the test of time. The dumbbell bench press isn't just a chest day staple. It's one of the smartest, most efficient upper body builders you can do. And when it's done right, it doesn't just add size to your pecs. It transforms your pressing strength, joint health, and symmetry all in one shot. What makes it better than the barbell? Freedom. Each arm works independently. No fixed path. No rigid bar locking your wrists or shoulders into someone else's anatomy. You can adjust your grip, rotate slightly through the press, and find the range that feels strong and safe for you. And that freedom? It protects your joints while forcing your stabilizers to do their job. You feel it from the first rep, the control, the tension, the need for balance. Your chest drives the movement, but your triceps lock it out. Your shoulders stabilize. Your core braces to keep your spine neutral and your body grounded. You're not just pressing, you're building coordination through power. And here's what most people get wrong. They rush. They drop the dumbbells, bounce off the bottom, lose control. But the real growth lives in the tempo. Lower slow. Feel the stretch. Keep the elbows angled, not flared. Press up with intent. That kind of precision builds quality muscle, not just reps. You also get something barbell work doesn't offer: the chance to fix imbalances before they become injuries. If one side's weaker, you'll feel it immediately, and you'll train it to catch up. Set by set, you balance out the body. You develop strength that's useful, not just aesthetic. And when done consistently, this lift builds that deep, carved-out chest look most people never reach. Full pec development, better shoulder health, stronger push mechanics for every other lift in your arsenal. From push-ups to overhead presses to dips. And speaking of presses, the next move blends two of the most effective upper body builders into one fluid, fat-burning machine. If you're ready to push and pull without rest, stay tuned. 7. Curl to press. Upper body flow that burns. You want efficiency? This is it. The dumbbell curl to press might look simple, but when executed with control and intent, it becomes one of the most time-saving, fat-burning upper body combos in the game. One fluid movement, curl, transition, press, and suddenly your biceps, shoulders, traps, and core are all lit up at once. Here's what makes it special. You're not stopping between reps. You're not isolating. You're flowing, turning tension into movement and movement into results. You start with a strict bicep curl. No swinging, no cheating. Then, right at the top, you rotate and press overhead. Smooth, controlled, full range. That transition is where the magic happens. You can't rush it. You can't muscle through it. You have to own it. Because if your core isn't locked in, you'll lose balance. If your shoulders aren't set, you'll lose power. And if you try to go too heavy, form falls apart fast. But when you nail it, everything clicks. The burn intensifies, the control sharpens, the gains multiply. You'll feel this in your arms for sure. That full bicep contraction, followed by the overhead stretch and press. But the surprise? Your mid-back, core, even your traps get involved just to stabilize. Your whole upper chain has to work as one to keep the weight moving clean and smooth. And since you're moving constantly, your heart rate rises too, turning a strength move into metabolic training without needing to add speed. Most people separate these movements, curls in one set, presses in another. But this variation saves time and demands more focus, more stability, more control. And that translates into better gains, faster progress, and a pump that lasts. And just when you think you've mastered tension and tempo, the final movement brings it all home. It's old school, often forgotten, but hits the front and back of your body in one brutal stretch. 8. Dumbbell pullover, the forgotten finisher. This one's a ghost from the golden era of bodybuilding. You won't see it on many programs today. Most people have either forgotten it or never learned it right in the first place. But the dumbbell pullover? When done with purpose, it's one of the most powerful total upper body finishers out there because it stretches, strengthens, and connects the chest and back in one sweeping motion. Here's how it hits. You lie on a bench, one dumbbell held with both hands. As it moves behind your head, your chest stretches wide, your lats engage, and your core fires just to keep everything stable. Then you pull it back over with control. Not with your arms, but from deep within your torso. You're not just moving weight, you're teaching your body to connect. And that's the real secret of the pullover. It bridges the front and back of your body in a way no other lift does. Chest and lats, rib cage and spine. It's like building a suspension bridge of muscle across your upper body. Thick, functional, and mobile. The kind of development that actually shows in your posture, your breathing, and your overall shape. Most people treat this as an afterthought, a light stretch or a finisher with no focus. But when you slow it down, control the arc, and engage the core, it becomes something else entirely. You're not just stretching, you're building tension. You're not just lifting, you're expanding your range and strength at the same time. It also hits places that most modern training misses: the deep breathing muscles, the thoracic spine, the connective tissue between your ribs and shoulders. It improves posture, shoulder health, and overall upper body mobility. And let's not forget, you're still burning calories, because this movement demands full body control under load. And yeah, it humbles you fast. Go too heavy and your form breaks. Try to rush it, and you miss the stretch. But when you get it right, you feel it. Not just in your chest or back, but in the way your body moves afterward. More open, more athletic, more powerful. This isn't just a finisher, it's a reset. The kind of movement that reminds your body how to work as one, and your mind why smart training always wins over loud effort. You've just walked through 8 rare, underrated dumbbell exercises, and now you know why they're not part of every routine. They're uncomfortable. They challenge control, not just brute force. They expose weaknesses instead of letting you hide behind volume. And that's exactly why they work. This wasn't just a list of moves. It was a blueprint, a smarter, more efficient way to train, to build strength that shows and stamina that sticks. Because at the end of the day, it's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters. And let's be honest, you don't need more gym time. You need more return on the effort you're already putting in. You need movements that give you multiple wins per rep. Fat burn and muscle gain, strength and control, performance and aesthetics. That's what this list delivers, if you actually use it. So the question now is simple. What's the one thing you're changing in your training after this? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk. If this video gave you at least one aha moment, drop a like, hit subscribe, and let's keep building this together. And if you're serious about results, don't just save this video. Come back to it. Rewatch, relearn, retest these movements. Your body will thank you for it. Your results will prove it.